I mean, from a garage enthusiast, I don't know if there's a more iconic noise than that of a pneumatic impact gun.
Morning everyone, welcome to episode 5 of the DIY Garage Build. Now we're in the truck, so you know what that means. We must be on our way to pick up this episode's latest project. Now guys, before I show you what the project is, I want to let you know that this is the last time I'll be filming while driving, as this channel's received a ton of fan mail from concerned viewers.
Guys, opening your fan mail has been one of the favorite things I do during the day, so thank you so much. Let's get this one open. See what it says. Dear Ed Gasket, this is our 3rd attempt at reaching you. This isn't fan mail, and this has never been fan mail. This is your auto insurance company letting you know that if you continue to film and drive, we're going to report you to the authorities and cancel. This channel has the best fans. Guys, today's project is our workshop air compressor. So this is the 60-gallon Husky air compressor put out by Home Depot. It weighs 200 pounds and stands 66 inches tall. The 3.5 horsepower motor puts out 155 PSI and can power anything from a tire inflation kit, a nail gun, a paint sprayer, all the way up to an impact gun, grinder, or surface sander. So the only problem I have with this unit so far is that Home Depot loaded it into the back of my pickup truck on its side. Unfortunately, all the oil spilled out of the pump into the bed of the truck, and all I can do is hope that it didn't land anywhere catastrophic like this electric motor or somewhere inside the pump where the oil isn't supposed to be. But you can be sure that if there is a problem with this, I will get on the phone with Home Depot immediately and have my mother speak to them to get us a new air compressor, because she's good at that type of thing, and I'm not. Guys, compressors vibrate a lot, which can damage the floor, cause excessive noise, as well as damage the components of the compressor. So before we commit to this location and drive some bolts through into the concrete, I'm going to put some rubber squares down underneath each foot. So guys, in order to make use of the compressed air inside this tank, we have to get it to our air tools. Now that involves running new air lines throughout the entire garage. So this is going to require a ton of hardware and a bunch of miscellaneous pieces. Prepare yourself to take many trips to the hardware store. 5 trips. One day. 5 trips. 5 freaking trips. And I guarantee we're missing something. Guys, we're back. We are well rested, well fed, and we have all of our soldering instruments out in front of us. So let's get our act together, lay some pipe. So we're just about finished soldering in all the fittings so that this air line is airtight. We just have one more fixture to solder in. This is a 50-foot air hose reel that's retractable so that we have air anywhere we need in the garage, and the hose will reel itself back up so we don't leave a mess behind. I've also added in a quick release coupler over our workbench, and at the end of the air line I put an on and off valve in case we ever want to add to our air system in the garage.
Nice, that'll be great for the sandblaster.
Dude.
What, they don't know about the sandblaster?
No, they didn't.
My bad.
I told you, your job is to react like you're the common viewer.
All right, I heard you the first time. My bad.
Do your job. Do my job. Do my job. Do my job? Why don't you just furlough me like you said you were gonna? Guys, the compressor's officially hooked up to all the plumbing throughout the entire garage. So the next most important step to take is to hook up this compressor to an electrical source. Gang, if you know anything about electrical, then you know more than me. Just kidding, but not really. Guys, I always put as much humor into my videos as possible, but this 220 wire is no joke, and you should always act like it's a hot wire. See, that was me acting like it was a hot wire. Guys, our compressor's been installed and all of our air lines have been soldered airtight. Hopefully. So now it's time to break in that new electric motor on top of the compressor. The way we're gonna do it is we're gonna open up the air valve on the bottom of the tank, as well as all of the air valves that we recently installed along our copper tubing. This way, our compressor motor can spin freely and break in without building any resistance in the tank. After 20 minutes of break-in time, we can shut all the valves and we can allow this compressor to fill with air. After pressure testing the whole system, it looks like we have one leak. And it looks like it's on the very last valve on the whole line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna heat this up and resolder it. Well guys, we're sitting pretty at 110 PSI and we have no leaks throughout the entire air system. Just a mess. Guys, with our pneumatic system set up and airtight, it's officially time to test out our first tool and see how it works. Guys, the last step in setting up our air compressor before regular use is to make sure we anchor it to the concrete floor. So the first thing that must be done is we have to drill a hole through the anti-vibration rubber pads that we recently installed. That way we can fit our 1/2-inch concrete drill bit through the hole and we can begin boring a hole down through the concrete slab. This will be a big enough hole so that we can fit our metal anchor down through the feet of the compressor into the concrete slab. So the last thing you want to do is tighten down the nut on the top of the concrete bolt as to expand the anchor deep within the concrete so that this compressor never goes anywhere. Guys, like most projects in the garage, it got super late on us, but that's okay because today we got almost all the heavy lifting done for this project. Now we can come back in the morning and wrap this thing up. Okay, now we can come back in the morning and wrap this thing up. Well, there you guys are. What are you doing in the toolbox? I've been looking all over for you. So we let this sit overnight and we just aired up our compressor. There are no leaks in the compressor or the air lines that we installed. Guys, before we consider our compressor build complete, there is one sound that every garage enthusiast needs to hear in order to consider their compressor ready for its first project. That's a letdown. Take two. Guys, that's a wrap on episode 5 of the garage build. If you've made it this far, please leave some feedback below in the form of a comment and then hammer down on that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to catch the next episode of the garage build. And until then, you know where to find us.